right there. Might be the best one he's had all night because he was right on it.
Stays alive, still 0-2.
Bruntlett into foul territory, and this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Serrano looks up, and it's gone as they add still another. And they double him up. It's 8-4.
Boy, you've got to love seeing a team that's never satisfied. They were up, but they've extended the lead to an even more comfortable 4-run margin. Going to be tough to come back from this one. Yeah, and they know this is going to be a tough stretch on the road. To win the first game of the series has got to feel pretty good. Something to build on for tomorrow.
8-4 tonight. The Rumble Ponies came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Marvin Dodd claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Our final line score. First for the victorious Binghamton Rumble Ponies. 8 runs on 8 hits. No errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Sea Dogs, 4 runs on 10 hits. No errors. They left 12 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 27 minutes. Thanks for joining us this evening. And please drive home safely.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Tonight, Game 2 of this 4-game weekend set between the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and the Portland Sea Dogs. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Vladimir Andino, the Venezuelan left-hander, will be the man on the mound. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you take a look at this guy's number. One of the things that jumps out at you is that ERA. It's into the 4s. But that doesn't necessarily indicate what kind of pitcher this guy is. If he brings his A game, he can shut anybody down. The problem he's had so far this season, he's been a little bit inconsistent. He's a better pitcher than that ERA over the 4s indicates.
Pitch. A high fastball is in there. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Grounder down the line at third. And this gets right through him, and that may be a run. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
Stepping in, Gavin Cecchini. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Oh, a reaching try as he knocks it down. The throw will go to third. The tag, and he is out at third, and with that, the side is retired. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. On now to the bottom of the second, and Binghamton is out in front, 1-0. Striding in once again, Timothy Perkins. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat.
Perkins.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Takes this the other way to right. And a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch he sees, and he's on to open up the inning.
Dan, this guy's on fire. I used to say all the time it's about 150 ABs to 200 ABs where you start figuring out what type of season you're going to have. He's obviously in May, and he's on fire.
D-Road, he's been locked in.
Digging in and looking for more, Timothy Perkins. He singled his last time up.
Perkins.
First pitch on its way. Liner towards second, but there to take this one is the second baseman, and that's out number 2. Offense apparently not hard to come by tonight as you get a look at our line score through the first half of the ball game, and boy, the runs have been coming fast and furious so far. Ready for another shot now, Timothy Perkins, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First delivery to him on the way. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Serrano giving chase. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and hit for third. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now with 1 away.
Good read there at second base to know he could make it to third on the flyout. Now he's only 90 feet away with 1 out.
So digging in now, Timothy Perkins. On the night, he's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. First pitch of the at-bat. Right over the middle, knee high. Guzman, a 22-year-old. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter. The windup and the 0-1. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. Law is there to make the catch, and with that, the ball game is over.
Well, baseball is a game of streaks and runs, so a 4-game skid happens to even the best of teams. The key is they didn't panic or press. They just came out here, played their game, and put the losing streak behind them, like professionals are supposed to do. Well done.
This evening's game comes to an end, 5-4, the final tally. The Sea Dogs took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Rich Lipscomb gets the win in relief, his 2nd of the year. Sean Guzman hammers down Rosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com.
Our final line score. First, for the victorious Sea Dogs, 5 runs on 9 hits. 1 error. They left 9 men on base. For Binghamton, 4 runs on 14 hits. No errors. They left 20 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 21 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
Time for minor league baseball here on the show as we set our sights on the Double-A Eastern League. Today, Game 3 of this 4-game weekend set between the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and the Portland Sea Dogs. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Derek Sauer will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy loves pitching at home. He's had a little bit of a rough go pitching on the road so far this season, but he's pitched really well in his home environment, and I'm sure he's glad and comfortable that he's pitching at home in this one. Hopefully, he can string together another strong home start.
Center fielder, Timothy Perkins.
Here's the first pitch to him. Strike. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway.
You know, D-Roll, that's not a bad way to keep it going. A base hit right there, hitting streak, 15 games and counting.
Yeah, we're halfway through a calendar month, and he looks up and he's had a knock. You can't get caught up in it. You have to trust the process. Keep doing what got you to this point. Staying focused. Focus, not trying to do too much, staying within your plan and studying the opposing pitcher.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. On to the shortstop at second, but it's thrown away. Luckily for them, the left fielder retrieves this ball quickly.
And that play is indicative of how their entire season has gone so far. They make the routine plays difficult, and if there's a tough play, they really struggle with it. They need to tighten up their fundamentals so they can get back on track.
Ready for another chance? Rob Vetter, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pitch popped up, lays himself out and makes a spectacular catch. Throw back to second, and that's a double play.
That ball wasn't actually smoked, more of a soft line drive, but a nice diving catch by the infielder right there, showing a lot of range.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Timothy Perkins. He reached on a single in his first try.
Hey, Jesse.
Here comes the first pitch. Down the third baseline. This is foul for the first strike. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Law sprinting after it. He can't make the play as it hops over the wall, and that's a break for the defense as it's going to keep the runner from first from scoring.
Definitely a break right there for the defense with the ground rule double. If that ball stays in play, there's a pretty good chance the runner from first is able to score since he's moving on contact with 2 outs. Instead, he's forced to stay at third, so we'll see if they're able to strand him there.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. A breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 2.
A strike away now from getting out of this mess. Sometimes pitching is all about minimizing, right? So keeping it to 2 runs across in the inning would be huge.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
The 1-2 misses low. Good take on the curveball there.
He went with the off speed there once he got him to 0-2, but now that they both missed, I think we'll see more of a challenge pitch here. You don't have to give in, but you can't be too cute either.
Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. A throw to the plate, and not in time as the run scores. What a bad time for a wild pitch as the run will score from third. Both teams with 6 hits so far. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. Binghamton leads it 3-1. leading off the inning, Timothy Perkins, and they'll need him to get something going here. Here comes the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Hit hard towards center. And that's going to be a base hit. So the possible tying run is aboard here to start the 7th.
You can't ask for anything more than getting a leadoff man on right there. Brings the go-ahead run to the plate. He's in position to do some damage. It'll be interesting to see how the manager plays this one.
Digging in, Kyle Brunner. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
Brunner.
Perkins aboard here at first with nobody out. And he missed with it. Ball 4. So that means now the potential tying run will move into scoring position at second.
Huge innings have begun with much less, I can tell you that. First and second, no out, and the guy on the bump really needs a strikeout or a double play right here.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Rob Vetter. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Oh and 1, here it comes. Showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball 1.
Gus. Stay. Gus, come in. Gus. Gus. Okay.
spin and a throw back to second. A dive, but he's back.
Come on, get down.
Right there, and he is out trying to take third. Ready once again, Timothy Perkins. He singled his last time up.
Timothy Perkins.
First pitch coming, here it is. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Now here's the pitch. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Law has a read on it. One down.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
A one-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. Binghamton jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Garrett Gerald earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. Frank Santana wraps it up for the save, his 5th of the year. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Our final line score. First for the victorious Binghamton Rumble Ponies. 5 runs on 9 hits. 2 errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Sea Dogs, 4 runs, 12 hits. 1 error. They left an even 20 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. And please try.
The show's continuing coverage of Eastern League Baseball is on the air. Today we wrap up this 4-game weekend series between the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and the Portland Sea Dogs. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Thomas Dickerson will be on the mound for Game 4. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy's done a real good job on the year keeping the opponent's batting average down. Both righties and lefties coming into this one, hitting under 250 against this guy. He's been good all season long.
Stepping into the box, Timothy Perkins. He too had 3 knocks in yesterday's win. And he'll step out and ask for time. Maybe trying to get this pitcher out of the rhythm he's in right now. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. Oh, and this deflects right off him. But the recovery throw will be in time to first. A good job that time of not giving up on the play, and the inning is over. Nothing doing here this half. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2, and we are tied 0-0. Stepping up to the plate, Timothy Perkins. And Dan, I'm sure the starter on the mound would like to hit the rewind button on that last inning.
Oh, no doubt about that, Mac. That was a really rocky frame, but clearly not enough to chase him from this game. We'll see if he's still shaking a bit or if he's able to put this behind him. And now a pitch on the way. Line drive to left.
And that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. And as you see right there, that'll push his hitting streak yet another game as he has been on fire this month. Settling in now, Gavin Cicchini. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Perkins stands at second with no outs. Push to the right side. Throw goes over to third. And a good decision on the throw as he is meat at third base. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Timothy Perkins. And their runners at the corners now.
Perkins.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike.
You're on the mound in this situation. You only have two options. You got to find a way to strike this next guy out or get him to ground into a double play.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Hit in the air to right field. Alford has a play, makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. And they'll add one more to the lead. It's now a 5-1 ball game.
Great work to do a job right there. He's not a big power bat, so he was looking to get a fly ball to the outfield and give his guy at third a chance.
Now to the plate, Timothy Perkins earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fly ball out toward left center field. Serrano calls for it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that relief performance for a car, it would have had some wobbly wheels on it. He gave up a couple of runs, but he still gets the save, getting that shaky car across the finish line after all.
A one-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. The Rumble Ponies led this game from the third inning on and never wavered. Luis Arias with his fourth win this season. Frank Santana records the save, his sixth. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com.
Our final line score. First for the victorious Binghamton Rumble Ponies. 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. They left 9 men on base. For the Sea Dogs, 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 19 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
A player new to his AA squad gets a tip from one of his coaches. player is entreated to keep developing the skills that are vital to his makeup.
Game's future stars are on display as minor league baseball comes your way on the show. Tonight it's the first of 3 to start the new week between the Erie Seawolves and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Victor Esquivel will be on the mound for the series opener. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
So coming to the plate, Timothy Perkins, as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 here to start the home half of the second. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Here's the 0-1. Left side to his left. Daniel throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Time for a look at the defensive alignment for the visitors. And fellas, when you take a look at the numbers on this guy, this starting pitcher has a low ERA, a low strikeout rate. And what that means to me, obviously he has an amazing rapport with his catcher, working all quadrants, east, west, north, south. But it also means that his defense does some serious nice cleaning.
Ready now, Timothy Perkins. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch on its way. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Reyna ranging back, and just short of a home run. This ball's off the wall, and he is in at second base with a 1-out double. And you see on the graphic right there that his hitting streak will indeed live on as he just continues to hit the. Gavin Cecchini next. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Gavin Cecchini.
Here now the 2-2. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base. Into the box now, Cedric Pierce, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Perkins at third with 2 away. Wisely lays off the cut fastball there. It's 2-1. The 2-1 is looked at for ball 3.
Here's the game within the game. You have a better match. matchup on deck. You got a 3-1 count in this situation. Don't be afraid to put him on base and attack the next guy.
The 3-1 finds the zone to fill the count. 3-2.
This guy has been throwing the ball so well, and that's exactly why. He has such a feel for that secondary pitch. He can flip it over whenever he wants and get back in the count.
3-2 pitch. Freezes him. A strikeout looking. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. We've played 4 full. The Seawolves are out on top, 3-0. Leading off the inning, Timothy Perkins, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Timothy Perkins.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Calling for it, Castro. Looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone. Coming to the plate now, Timothy Perkins. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
First pitch of the at-bat. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Montero on the move. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. 9th inning coming up. The Seawolves lead it 5-2.
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure's off. If they get one of the next 2, the series is theirs.
5-2 the final score tonight. Erie took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Tommy Chang with his 4th win this season. Lewis Robeson earns the save out of the bullpen, his 11th of the campaign. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com.
Final line score for our ball game for the victorious Seawolves: 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 12 men on base. For Binghamton, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 7 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Tonight, the 2nd of 3 to start the week between the Erie Seawolves and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. J.J. Watts, a Missouri-born right-hander, gets the job of starting pitcher here. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Here's a guy that numbers can be a little bit deceiving. Has a whip in the 1.3 area and above range. It's a little higher than league average. He's been a little bit inconsistent. 1 good game, 1 bad game, but don't let that whip fool you. This guy's a much better pitcher than that. And if he brings his A game, he could be awfully tough in this one.
Perfect.
First pitch on its way. Good breaking ball that time, in for a strike. A 1 pitch on its way. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Hey, I love the aggressive nature this guy's pitching with. He's got focus. He's commanding the fastball, really being aggressive right now. A lot different than his last start where he took a loss and seemed timid and scared to attack the zone.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2. Didn't look to me like that was much of a protect swing with 2 strikes.
No, he was trying to go yard, 2 strikes or not. Kind of looks bad if you strike out like he did, though. I'm sure his manager would have liked for him to focus on getting on base.
Now in the box, Timothy Perkins. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Perkins.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Line to shortstop, and there's 1 away. So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Timothy Perkins. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Takes this the other way to right. A dive, and oh, he can't hang on. Now this is cut and thrown to first. And he's able to get back in there at first safely.
Fudge. Oops. I just went into my foot because I was doing trying to sit up and my foot got caught in the heel part got caught right there.
Come on, fix it.
I will. What's up, buddy? Buddy boy. What are you doing, dude? There, Gus. I love you, buddy. Gusher. Gusher. Gus. Hey. Goose.
And the screen shows the story right there, as that hitting streak will live to see another day. Now at the plate, Gavin Cicchini, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Big spot, 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw, got him, and they get out of it as the inning is over. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. 8th inning coming up. The Seawolves are out on top, 1-0.
Yeah, and the home crowd is loving it as they jumped out in front in the bottom of the 8th, and they did what they had to do in the 9th to seal the deal.
Tonight's ball game comes to a close, 3-1 the final. The Rumble Ponies crossed the plate 3 times in the 8th, helping propel them to the win. Garrett Gerald wins his 4th game out of the bullpen this year. Frank, Santana closes the door for the save, his 7th of the campaign. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Runs on 9 hits. No errors. He left 9 runners on base. For the Seawolves, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. They left 18 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 44 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
Tired of seeing who? Friesen looking in his rearview mirror and seeing Sauter, or Sauter still seeing Friesen out in front of him?
I think Johnny's got a little bit faster truck, especially through the middle of the corner. He gets that run, but it's just so hard there. You see him getting that run up off the corner.
He's going to have to. That's the 4th truck of Tom Gillen. That's the truck right now running in the 5th spot. These guys are battling for 6th.
We heard Hermie report on the fact that Sauter was quite displeased with the way his pit crew performed, and Johnny's not been all that pleased with the way his truck has been handling today either. So my thought is that maybe Johnny Sauter's a little short on patience right now, so keep an eye on that situation of whether or not he eventually decides he's going to have to move Stuart Friesen to get around him.
These guys have been got a great run going right. Oh, it's into him. He didn't mean to do that, I don't think. I think it looked like Stewart came through.
Well, Friesen did something very similar to Christian Eckes. Got in the back end of Eckes and ended Eckes' night, and now Johnny Sauter has gotten into the back of Friesen, and Friesen has suffered significant damage. Certainly in his chances of winning tonight.
And Johnny had a real good run coming off turn number 2. They were going to be dead even going down the backstretch, and I'm not sure. It sure seemed like that Stewart kind of maybe wanted to pull down to maybe block a little bit or side draft a little bit off of Johnny. Let's see if we can take a look and see what happened.
On board, I think Johnny had such a run going that he was not going to back out of that throttle, and his truck just started taking off, pushing once he got up under there and pushed right up into Stewart. Sometimes you got to lift out of the throttle.
Well, while the 52 team goes to work on Stuart Friesen's truck, gives us an opportunity to catch up with Alan.
Yeah, and a great night for Christian Eckes. On the track ends here at the Care Center. First of all, are you okay?
Yeah. Great. I feel fine. It's just unfortunate. These guys worked really hard today and brought me a fantastic truck. It was good enough to win today. And we led a stage, and it's just unfortunate.
We're looking at the replay now. How do you describe this?
It's just, I don't really know. It's unfortunate, like I said. My Mobile 1 KBM guys worked really, really hard this weekend and brought me a fantastic truck. And it's unfortunate to end like that, but, I still have 2 more shots with this in Martinsville and Phoenix at the end of the year, and I'm really looking forward to coming back to that.
A good attitude. The young man led laps tonight, guys.
Well, I look forward to seeing Eckes back in the truck because he was spot on tonight. Certainly didn't look like a driver who had just one race of experience in this truck, that's for sure.
It's going to be the money stop right here, Vince.
They're all in the pit window, and this would likely be and should be their final stop of the night. Brett Moffitt's leading them all down. Hermie is down there waiting.
Thank you, Vince. Brett Moffitt in a pretty familiar position right now up front. He likes the balance of the truck, especially out front. Looks like they want to work on the right side. They had mentioned 2 tires only. A little bit slow on the right front. Still sitting in pit road. That long stop for the 16 and 98. Going to 4 tires. They've been back in traffic. Could not get what they needed out of traffic. The truck got too tight. And, of course, the 18, Noah Gregson, he took 2 tires as well. His truck was a little bit on the tight side.
Noah Gregson is going to win the battle off pit road. John Hunter Nemechek right behind him.
Well, we talked about the fact that every team needed to have spot-on stops here in this last go at it, and that 16.
We don't see Johnny Sauter on that list anywhere there, or Brett Moffitt, Vince.
Yeah, big issues. Slow stop at a bad time.
Friday night, Big 3 basketball is live on Fox. Big 3, a new season continues where new wave of superstars join some of the game's greatest legends. That's what I'm talking about. The Big 3, live Friday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Big 3 on Fox.
When are you coming home?
Soon. It's almost over.
Come home, Max.
I will. I love you.
Love you back.
Deep State, only on Epix.
No matter who rides point, there are over 10,000 Allstate agents riding sweeper. Call one today. Are you in good hands?
Best Western rewards you in a flash with a $20 Best Western gift card after your first day. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Oh, man, this thing get any better?
Dr. Pepper, cherry treat.
Thank you, Tiny Wagon.
You're welcome. That's right, I talk. Deal with it. Dr. Pepper Cherry, cherry on.
Many only see one side of trucking, the massive battle machine. But let's show them an industry that works day and night. Let's show the dedication and the care. Let's show them the other side of the story.
Think fast. This week, carry out a large 2-topping pizza for just $5.99. Only at Pizza Hut when you order online. That's right, a large pizza for $5.99. Hurry, because this deal ends Sunday. Just another reason why no one out pizzas the Hut.
Low carb. It's like nothing you've ever tasted before. White Claw Hard Seltzer.
All week we work, and when Friday comes, we all get to raise a little hell.
Brett Moffitt came in with the lead and big trouble on pit road. He's leaving for the second time. All kind of problems, didn't they, Herbie?
It came down pit road. This is the first time to the pit box. Everything goes pretty good on the right side, but pay attention to the gas man. He is having trouble getting the gas can to engage. They got no fuel in the truck first time down pit road. You can see him still struggling with that. So the end result, they sent Brett back around the racetrack, came back in, put left side tires on, and got it full of fuel. So he now has 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel, and they say he can go the entire distance.
Yeah, he can go the distance, but that track position that he's lost, critical.
I don't think there's any way that he can overcome the track position loss there. We talk about how critical it is and how important it is to be up front with track position when they make their last pit stop, and he has none of that right now.
58 laps to go, Phil, and we know these tires don't slow down, so the trucks in front of them, their handle's not going to go away because they got 2 tires. So, yeah, he's in big trouble.
So Moffitt's back there in that 18th spot. Another one who had issues on that pit stop was Johnny Sauter. He's back in 11th.
And I think it takes Johnny Sauter out of contention for the win. Unless something very, very strange happens.
Track position and passing, it's so important, so hard to pass here. And 57 laps may seem like a lot, but at about 30 seconds or so a lap, they go by pretty darn quick.
They sure did. He's got some really good trucks up in front of him, too. Gregson and John Hunter, Todd Gillen, Haley all up in their top 4 positions.
We've seen Joe Shear, Johnny's crew chief, gamble on track position the last few races and actually got him a couple wins because of it. And it's not going to happen tonight.
Pace car pulls off. It'll be Noah Gregson starting on the outside and John Hunter Nemechek starting on the inside. They take the green. There will be 56 laps remaining. Gregson with a great jump. Gets to the point. John Hunter slides up in front of Justin Haley. Haley comes back with a crossover.
How about Ben Rose? Moving to the inside. He restarted in the 7th position. 3 wide, getting down to number 3.
Rhodes has spent most of the night a lap or 2 down. Now he's all of a sudden up there challenging to get into the top 5. Rhodes side by side with Zane Smith, who's making his first series start for DGR Crossley.
Good move by Ben Rhodes. He's going to clear Zane Smith. There's Johnny Sauter racing with a 42. Chad Finley. See if Johnny can clear him. He does have him clear. Now he's trying to go by the 45 of Justin Fontaine.
So Sauter, after losing track position on pit road, back trying to crawl his way back into contention, but he's got a long way to go. He sits 7th, but so difficult to get up there, and then every spot you get, the next one becomes harder and harder.
Yeah, all of these trucks in front of him now are all really, really solid trucks.
The gaggle there with Herbst, Jesse Little, Brett Moffitt. It's Chad Finley in the 42. They're trying to get around.
These guys know, Johnny Sauter knows, Brett Moffitt knows that it's time for some drastic measures. Take a couple chances maybe that you wouldn't have to take. Earlier, Jesse Little looks to the inside of Brett Moffitt.
This is back in 10th, 11th, 12th. Side by side.
Good move by Grant Enfinger to try to get by the 20.
Now Moffitt sets his sights on the 51 of Herbst. It's Noah Gregson continuing to lead the way. Gregson had that perfect performance at Kansas. Remember, he won the pole, he won stage 1, he won stage 2, he won the race. Just absolutely flawless throughout the course of the entire race. But since then, just hasn't been able to finish the job. Was runner-up last week, made that valiant effort to try to get by Brett Moffitt for the win at the end, but couldn't do it. But is tonight the night? Gregson takes it back to victory lane. Got 51 laps yet to execute. Behind him in second is the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek. Alan.
And the 8 truck played the strategy game. No tires on that last pit stop. I checked in with Father Joe Nemechek, who's down here at the pit box, and they said they're not sure tires are going to make that big of a difference. John Hunter was running his fastest laps of the race right before that caution, so they rolled the dice, played the track position game. They've always been happy with the long road speed of this truck, and it is paying off right now with 50 to go. Remember, you won this race just last year.
Feeling a little bit of pressure from the 4 of Gilliland as Nemechek. This looks like an eventual caution to me. These three running around one another, trying so hard to just gain a spot. There's Jesse Little inside of Riley Herbst.
Bad angle getting out of the corner.
Ryan Snyder now dives to the bottom. Going to take a look on Little.
I have to say the 42 of Chad Finley has really done a nice job tonight, guys. Right now, currently runs up in the 10th position. That's Riley Herbst at 51 trying to get underneath Chad. First start in about 3 years here in the Truck Series.
And again, Little dives down to the inside lane. 3 wide now with Herbst and Finley. finally backs out a little bit, and now it's Little and Herbst for the position. Whoa. That was nearly that yellow we were talking about.
We haven't talked a lot about Raleigh now. He's been quietly laying back there at 12th, 13th, 14th, and doing a great job up to the 10th place now. Mike Hillman must have tuned that thing up for him.
Good run off the corner by Endinger, pulls even with the 42 of Chad Finley.
How about that 98, Hermie?
Well, this we've discussed the pit road issues for Johnny Sauter, Brett Moffitt, and others. Look at 98 of Grant Enfinger in the same predicament. Last time down pit road, they had lugs fall off of the left rear lug nut. Actually fall off. The 98 had to turn around, back up. Got a truck in the wall, but 98 has also been struggling on pit road. Caution is out again.
And that is Justin Fontaine, and not only has Fontaine gone, but he's collected the 20 of Tate Fogelman.
Yeah, I think it looked like he blew an engine or blew something happened to his engine getting down in turn number 1. You see him moving around. The fluid, the caution was out through the fluid, but I think he got under the rear tires of Justin Fontaine, and I don't think Tate Fogelman had absolutely, I think he got in the fluid, and nothing he could do about it.
So John Hunter Nemechek takes it to the garage.
Was it an engine issue maybe with the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek? I thought it was Justin Fontaine, but I think the smoke we saw maybe from Fontaine was him getting in the oil or the fluid and locking the brakes up, trying to get stopped.
Watch the 8 in front of Todd Gilliland.
Yep. Oh, without a doubt. You see Todd immediately move over to the inside of the racetrack.
Oh, look at all that fluid going down on the track. Justin Fontaine had no hope.
You can see. That was Austin Hill also in the 0-2 getting that fluid as well.
So John Hunter Nemechek, who was running second at the time, engine expires, fluid on the track, Fontaine gets into it, loses control in that 45, and the 20 of Tate Fogelman hard into that driver's side area of Justin Fontaine. Boy, that was a big hit.
A hard hit.
Yeah, thank goodness for the rules and the safety regulations that NASCAR implements for these vehicles.
One of the best things NASCAR has done in a long time is the driver bars on the driver's side there are completely plated with metal, so it's hard for them to get in there. That was a hard hit.
They call them intrusion panels. Over to the outside of the door bars. Great to see Justin getting out of that truck.
Justin Fontaine just finished his first year at University of North Carolina, Charlotte.
Just checking on Tate Fogelman to make sure he's okay. He knew, Justin knows that Tate had nothing he could do to avoid that. There's Tate climbing out.
Fogelman in his debut here in the Truck Series, and you can tell he's pretty ginger getting out of there. Maybe we saw him reach down to his left leg.
As a driver, that's one of the most vulnerable things when you get into a violent crash is your legs flying around. In the old days, I don't know if they're still running, we had dividers between our legs off of the steering column called knee knockers, just to try to help your legs from flying around, and that could be pretty violent inside there.
Under caution. Likely going to be a lengthy one with all that fluid on the track. Noah Gragson is your leader.
Janice, Mom told me you bought a house. So now that you have a house, you can use Home Code Explorer. Quiet, I'm blasting my quads. Janice, look, I'm in a meeting. Janice, look. Look, I'm looking. It's easy. You just answer some simple questions online and you get coverage options to choose from. You're ruining my workout. Cycling is my passion.
This is my color. Blue, suede, translucent, soft.
I'll shoot you an estimate as soon as I get back to the office.
Hey, I can help you do that right now.
Hi, Thrive.
Thrive? Yep, I'm the all-in-one management software built for small business. Hi, Thrive. Get started for free at thrive.com.
One of my buddies in a prison called Hades.
We gotta go in. Get him out.
I had this friend of mine. Big guy. I went in and we made a plan.
With Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape, you can press any angle quicker and easier. 3M's advanced poly material helps stop paint seepage, and it's easy to remove in one long pull, so you can pull off a better paint job. Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape.
At Uber, we're listening to what matters most to you, and we're committed to improving every ride, starting with features designed to make it easy for your driver to find you, taking the stress out of pickups. And we're putting safety at the heart of everything we do. With a single tap, we're giving you new ways to let loved ones know you're on your way. Uber has new leadership, a new vision, and is moving in a new direction. Forward.
Okay, that's a one-piece spread, $5. Hot pie costs you $5. That's a famous bowl, $5. Tenders for a $5, and that's my two-piece original recipe, also $5. That's 5 real meals, each for $5. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Your journey to discover adventure starts at Camping World, America's #1 RV dealer. The savings are heating up on RVs from the nation's top brands. And with any RV purchase, enjoy a Good Sam Club Elite membership. Your pass to exclusive discounts on outdoor gear, service, fuel, and more. Hit the road in a new 2018 Heartland Pioneer BH270 travel trip. Now only $145 per month. Discover the best in RVs and more. Visit your local Camping World Supercenter or shop campingworld.com today.
New Purely Fancy Feast fillets, like nothing you or she has ever seen. Fillets of 100% real natural chicken or seafood, handcrafted and served any way she wants. Purely Fancy Feast fillets. Love is in the details.
Austin Dillon wins the Great American Race.
History making right there.
For sure, victory lane, baby.
It's been an exciting first half of the season for us at Fox, and tomorrow the final race for our portion of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, and it's from Sonoma, where Kyle Larson won the pole earlier today. Larson's second straight pole at Sonoma, and his second this season. Martin Truex Jr. on the front row. How about that? 5 front row starts this season, bringing the speed everywhere. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern. Well, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. Coming up to 40 to go. Currently under caution. Let's gauge some strategy ideas with some crew chiefs, beginning with Alan Caban.
An eventful race already for Ben Rhodes and the 41 crew chief Eddie Triconis. You're back in it. You're back contending. What do you got to do in these last 40 laps?
Well, we still have about 40 laps to go, so I won't say anything yet. What an amazing group team effort from all four sport teams. John Paulson trying to help us get this backup ready. And my guys, you're just so proud of them. We got the backup ready. We had to do a lot of work and a lot of changes to get the setup and everything that we learned from yesterday in our primary. And today, it's still really tough race. We lost the right front tire in the first lap, and we went a lap down, and nothing wrong with it, but we got another soft tire. I don't know. Just our luck, and, we're back in the race. We were being patient, and we got a really fast truck, and Benny's he's just driving a heck of a race. I'm really proud of him, so.
P4 right now for Ben Rhodes, Hermie.
Joe Shears, the crew chief for Johnny Sauter. Number one, what was the issue last time down on pit road? And number two, how did your driver already get back up to the top 5?
Well, we've got a pretty good race truck here, race trim. Obviously, we didn't qualify as good as we wanted to, but I'm trying to figure that out. But it's all about track position here, and we just pick through and
We just have some little flaws here on pit crew. So we're trying to get back up there. Maybe we can be one of the first people to win this thing from starting off the front row. These guys have battled back several times. Right now, top 5, 40 to go for Johnny Sauter, Vince.
That's for sure. As he talked about the qualifying effort, 13th, very un-Sauter-like, that's for sure. They're going to stop him here just in front of the start-finish line as they continue the cleanup. There's still some significant cleanup left to be done, and gives us an opportunity. We'll take a break. Your red flag is out with Noah Gregson in front, and that's why we are under red. Still plenty of work to be done. Cleaning it up at Gateway before we get to the finish.
Enjoy life on the water this summer with Overton's, America's fishing, marine, and water sports superstore. Shop over 50,000 products from the best, most recognizable brands in water sports, fishing, and marine, and boating accessories. Take fun to new heights with our wide selection of new water sports gear, including trampolines, bouncers, water mats, and towables. Launching life on the water since 1976. Overton's has everything for your family at great prices. Enjoy life on the water with Overtons.com and get the gear for your next outdoor adventure.
No matter who rides point, there are over 10,000 Allstate agents riding sweep. Call one today. Are you in good hands?
That's why I wear the Everlight underwear from Fruit of the Loom.
Why would I need Everlight underwear? Because you don't notice you're wearing it. Like you're not going to notice.
He's right. It's made from unbelievably light material.
Light material.
You believe this type of underwear you don't notice? You've never heard of Everlight? What, you live in a cave?
I think they're on us. You hear this? What? No. These are just earmuffs. So.
Old new Everlight from Fruit of the Loom. So light you won't even notice it.
Best Western rewards you in a flash with a $20 Best Western gift card after your first day. Book now at bestwestern.com. With Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape, you can prep any angle quicker and easier. 3M's advanced poly material helps stop paint seepage, and it's easy to remove in one long pull, so you can pull off a better paint job. Scotch Blue Platinum Painter's Tape.
I'll shoot you an estimate as soon as I get back to the office.
Hey, I can help you do that right now. That's right.
Right.
Yep, I'm the all-in-one management software built for small business. That's right. Ow. Get started for free at Thrive.com.
At Exxon and Mobil, we're ridiculous about being meticulous. Right down to Synergy gasoline. Meticulously designed to help you do better gas mileage. Maybe it's because we're obsessive. Or maybe it's because we care.
Exxon and Mobil Fuels. Energy lives here.
This is my color. Blue suede translucent salt.
Hey, catch baseball's biggest stars for an unforgettable show from the nation's capital. It's the Major League Baseball All-Star Game coming your way July 17th, only on Fox. Stream it live on the Fox Sports app. The Nationals lost to the Phillies 5-3. We're talking about baseball towns, not any or many better, that's for sure. A very short list. This city, St. Louis, is a great baseball town. The Cards 3-2 winners over Milwaukee in Milwaukee today. Out here, Molina, a couple of home runs.
1968, the Tigers beat the St. Louis Cardinals in 7 games.
You know, you always bring that up, and it ticks off Cardinal fans everywhere.
Kenny Walls, I'll get a text from him, too. He's going to be mad at me.
Good crowd on hand here tonight at Gateway Motorsports Park, and they have seen an interesting show tonight, that's for sure. Right now, Noah Gregson is the leader as we sit under red for cleanup of an accident. Hermie's caught up with the crew chief.
That's Rudy Fugel. One of the storylines tonight has been issues and strategy on pit road, but you guys have a fast truck. It looks like you guys have made a special effort to minimize time on pit road. How has that worked out for you guys, and do you have enough for these final 40 laps to get the job done?
Yeah, no, I think it's plain how much fuel we needed with all the tires been handling. So, Safe Load Autoglass Tundra has been really good. Noah's been doing a great job. We had a great truck for 2 days here. We had a great test here, tire test in April. it's went over and we've been fast here. So we just got to go finish it. 40 laps to go, still a long time. This place is really tough, so hopefully we can get back going, stay clean, get some racing going, and put on a show for the fans. There's a lot in the crowd today. It's a pretty nice turnout.
Beautiful weather, good race. 18 looking to go to victory lane.
How about that tire test? You know, he mentioned the tire test. He and Matt Crafton, and also I believe the 24 Justin Haley did the tire test. The three of them. How big of a significance or an advantage is that, if at all, for these teams that come back here a couple of months later?
Well, it's a huge advantage for a number of reasons. First, they're on a new pavement. They get a feel for it. They understand it. If there's any bumps, they can figure it out. And the drivers can get a feel for it. But it's also a big advantage in that when you come to a tire test, you're not just testing the tires. Goodyear gives you 3-4 hours in the beginning of the test to actually dial the truck in, work on your setup, change some springs, change some shocks. So it's a big advantage when you come back. You've already basically had a 4-hour practice session and tuned your truck into it. So for Rudy Fugle and all these guys at KBM, what they learned there passed down through the teams.
And I think it's even more advantageous the fact that it was a new pavement, new surface, not just a new tire. And the two of the three guys that did that tire test are running in the top three right now. And Matt Crafton, who had an awfully good truck till he had trouble with the battery, was also the guy that tested here. So it's certainly been beneficial. Unfortunately for Matt Crafton, it didn't work out because of his other troubles.
Well, you see 41 laps to go, and we are under red. One of those others that was a participant in the tire test sits third. That's Justin Haley. Allen's with his crew chief.
Yeah, here with crew chief Kevin Bellicourt. You're looking at your truck right there on the screen, sitting in third. How do you feel about these last 40 laps? Is it a strategy play? How do you look at it?
It's going to get wild. It's going to get very wild. Everybody's going to be aggressive. We've already seen it start ratcheting up. We're sitting in a good spot. We got the track position at the end of the race when we needed it. We lost it for a little bit there in the middle, but we got in a position where we can get it back. So our FOE Chevy Silverado's been pretty good tonight. Not as good as I was hoping to be, but we've worked on it, gotten it closer, and we got a shot at it. So I'm proud of him. He's driven a great race. And see what happens in these last 40 laps. That's what's ahead of my wife and kids. I love you guys, and I will see you later.
You told me you were going to tell him to be ultra aggressive on a race like this, especially with track position. What are you telling him over the radio going into these last 40 laps?
Be even more aggressive. I mean, you got to win. You win, you're in. And then when it's right there in front of you, you want to take it. So, I always tell him cautiously aggressive, but it's a very fine line to balance. He does a good job of it. He races everybody really clean and races them with a lot of respect, but when it comes down to it, not with 40 to go, but when you get down to 10, 5 to go, you just got to take, and try to win the race. That's what it's all about.
Appreciate your time, guys. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, when they say take, you know what that means? Good for the television audience. Well, the cleanup continues, and this is why John Hunter Nemechek's engine lets go, puts a bunch of fluid down on the track in a 45 when Justin Fontaine got into it. Tate Fogelman piled in as well.